Okay, now I'm back. Thanks to everybody for letting me know. There's a delay in this also, so how we run it, I can't see comments right away. So the delay was there, but I'm back and hopefully have sound now. Thanks to Troy and everybody else who was saying that didn't have sound. Anyway, I'm back. I'm back. Okay, so what I was saying was that I made a post yesterday about stepping in mud, and it got me thinking of all the stuff that kind of sucks in the industry. Like there is quite a few things that just are not super fun um, for us in the industry. As a contractor, spring means different things. Like we're stepping in mud. Nobody picks up dog poop through the winter. So now this time of year, you're slopping around and you don't know what's mud and what's what, right? That's one thing. That's a big thing in our industry that always sucks. Like spring may be beautiful on calendars, but it is not beautiful when you're carrying a ladder around a house. It's just not. You're just covered in muck. And if you're down south, spring means pollen. So now you got to wait for pollen to drop. People are canceling and rescheduling. It's just a whole thing. But anyway, what I was saying, it's getting a little warmer here. I'm actually in a t-shirt today. I don't know if I'll be putting on a long sleeve or not, but it's getting warmer. Daylight savings is coming up this weekend, right? Yeah, this weekend. So hopefully we're getting close to getting our brains back around being awesome in spring. But before I canceled the last one because I had no sound, Troy was talking about another thing that ticks him off. And by the way, if whatever ticks you off, comment. I want to see what it is that irks you about the industry. But his comment was having people argue about traditional versus water fed. Like, that's an age-old argument. Everybody's like, oh, well, you're a sales guy. That's what you're going to say. Okay, I get that. Take it with a grain of salt. But I've been in pure water for like 10 years, 12 years, something like that. Pure water is amazing. Troy knows it. When he gets back in, he'll tell you all about it. It's a pure tool. It's all it is. It's just a tool. Now, you can't use it in someone's living room, but for everything else on the outside, man, is it nice. It's so nice. So nice. And that's another argument that upsets me in the industry. I had a guy yesterday, too, that was posting in other groups and thought that we had some conspiracy thing against him. Like, Facebook drama for me, I just am not the one that gets into drama. I don't dig it. I have to see it all. Every time you report a comment, it gets sent. I'm one of the people that view it. It gets old pretty darn quick. So that's another thing that kind of irks me. But that's the industry in a whole. But what upsets you or what pisses you off in doing the work? Like you're a contractor. What is upsetting about the job? Another one that I have is racist old people. let me explain this. So every time that we hire somebody that has an ethnic that's not white, okay, anytime, that person always has complaints drawn against them. They have people follow them. They have all of that. And it drives me bonkers because I know them and I know that nothing is going on different than anything else because we put them in teams for a really long time. It's just people's brains, and it upsets me that, I mean, we deal with a lot of old people. So it's in their brain, and I know I can't change everything that they do, but it pisses me off. It pisses me off when, they follow them through the rooms. Or I had one time somebody say that this guy, and he was working for me for 2 years, a guy I knew super well. They called and they were like, hey, I just want to let you know he stole a bunch of phone chargers. They were right next to my chair and now they're not there. Really? Really? You think that my guy stole your phone chargers? And the funny thing was, this person was a huge Apple, the client was a huge Apple person, when I know that the guy that they claimed stole all the stuff was an Android user because we always gave him crap. Like, I'm an Apple guy. He wasn't. Like, I knew that. So I said, well, ma'am, I'm terribly sorry, that you think that. I've known him for a very long time, and I know that nothing like that would have happened. Take a look around. See if you can't find those. I know for a fact that he doesn't use Apple. Nothing like this has ever happened. Please let me know if you don't find them. I've definitely reimburse you for them. But I know in my heart of hearts that it wasn't my guy. Like, what else do you do? If somebody claims that you're stealing stuff or that one of your employees is stealing stuff, what do? You can't be like, no, you're lying. I mean, you can in certain terms. That's one thing that irks me. It's like racist old people. It always sucks. Always sucks. And then on that same line, I've had 2 clients who were upset that I didn't have any women on the crew at their house. Now, I have nothing against women. I've hired them in the past. For me, it wasn't a good fit, or I should say for them, it hasn't been a good fit. You know, there's heavy ladders and all that. And I get that there are probably women out there that can carry that stuff, no problem. They just weren't applying by me. I've had 2 girls that I hired that, and they were the ones that came to me like, hey, this just isn't working, you know? But I don't feel like I need to have one of everything working, right? I just don't think that that's super, I don't think you can be mad at me for that. At least that's one thing that grinds my gears about the industry is whenever you're a contractor, not only are we the first ones to like get yelled at if something happens or if there are scratches or if something's broken and they just assume it was us even when it wasn't. Like, I get it. It sucks, but it's our industry. Getting used to that always does suck. The other thing is weather. Like, something I'm not a huge fan of in our industry is weather. Like, weather kind of isn't fun, right? It's bad or it's good, you know, but it's very seldom perfect. It's just you have one or the other and you're dealing with bad or good of the weather, and it kind of sucks. So it's one of those things that I definitely would think is not beneficial. But what's up, Giano? What's going on, man? He said, what's up? This is the second time we did this this morning. The first time we ran it, we didn't have any sound. So what's up? Sorry for everybody who ditched out on the first one, but tell us if you're watching, tell me in the comments what you hate about the industry. It's got to be something. You can't like everything. You can't. But on a side note, WCR Nation Window Cleaning Podcast, we are going to be doing episode 144, and to let it leak, nobody cares. It's Steve-O. Steve-O is going to be episode 144. We just did it yesterday, and we were talking. Steve-O said, he just all of his life has loved cleaning windows. He likes the act of cleaning windows. When something's super tricky, he likes that. And I thought that was amazing because for me, I'm not in love with the process of it. I'm in love with the industry and building it. But like the window cleaning, if I wasn't a window cleaner, I wouldn't purposely go out and try to clean my own windows. You know? That's at least me. But Giano, it is 11:39 a.m. 11:39 a.m. I'm East Coast. So it's different all across the country, of course. But that's where I'm at. So anyway, stay tuned to episode 144 Nation. That's 144 straight weeks we've done it. It's crazy. But if you haven't checked out WCR Nation, the podcast, do that. It's not a plug. Not yet, at least. But think about it. What upsets you in the industry? If you talk about what upsets you, it's harder for it to upset you. You know? Really, really is. Steve just said, people who tell other contractors that EDDM doesn't work really grinds his gears. You know why people say that EDDM doesn't work is because they did it wrong. There's a big thing in our industry that people are always like, it doesn't work in my area. My customers are different. It wouldn't work. No, that's not how things work. Your customers are the same all over. Now, there may be little slight variances, but not something like that. EDDM does work. It has to be done right. And when people go, it didn't work, it sucks, it's EDDM. No, it's potentially your postcard. If you made it yourself, you think it's great. Your customers may not think it's great. It's not eye-catchy. It didn't do it. You didn't have somebody like Steve design it, right? That's the first part. The second part is if you didn't send to the same addresses 3 times and you just sent all the batch out one time and you waited, you're not going to get an ROI. That first mailing in EDDM, you are not going to get a great ROI. You may get a call or 2 or 3, depending on your part, your size, but you're not going to get the return that you are if you send to that same address, the same routes in EDDM 3 times within, say, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. A very tight schedule, you're sending this stuff out. That's how EDDM works. Now, there's a ton of subliminalness to it of, people then recognize you, they see you, they understand, logo recognition, whatever it is, but you have to do it right. And your postcard has to be great. You're sending junk mail. Like, it works, but you're sending junk mail. Junk mail is soliciting. Like you get it in your mailbox. What makes you stop and actually look at it? Right? You can be very proud of what you did, but it doesn't mean it's going to translate with customers. So that's a big one. Trust in EDDM. And when you're doing your printing, I know it costs a little bit of money to have somebody design the stuff. Look at templates. Look at, designers. Look at people who may charge you something for it, but you'll have that postcard forever, right? If it's a good, well-done postcard. I've done stuff myself I've been really impressed with, and it didn't translate because I suck, and my brain is proud of my accomplishment, but it didn't really do anything. I don't care if I like it because I'm not my customer. I'm not my potential customer. Let's contact someone, one of those guys. Giano says, people ask, change the water. Think after one window is dirty. Yeah, that's another one where they don't quite get how window cleaning works, and they think that there's somehow clean water going on. It's the same thing when people go, what do you put in your solution? That's the question. That's the question that irks me. What do you put in your solution? You go and tell them, I use Blue Dawn. They go, oh, what? How are there no streaks? It's not what I put in my water. It's how I do it. It's the tools I use. I always say, I change our rubbers every single day. I'm pretty sure that you don't if you're doing your own windows. And I do this 8 hours a day where you do it once a year. But yeah, I like that. I like when people try to micromanage. Oh, don't you think you should do this? If I thought I should do that, I would be doing it because I want to work as fast and efficient as possible, right? I think that's pretty funny too. We started leaving buckets outside, actually, for when you dunk, when you wring it out and everything, go back inside. Yes, it takes a couple extra steps, but nobody's kicking the bucket over in a house, and then they could be a little bit sloppier with it. And then people don't ask you that you should clean your water because it's outside. They can't see it. So something kind of interesting to do. Another one is animals that people think are nicer than they are. We're contractors, right? If some dog sees you and they want to bark at you and they are angry that you're in their yard and the homeowner's like, oh, don't worry, they're friendly. They're not. They think I'm an intruder right now. Things are going on. There was just a dog bite that happened on one of the groups. My brother just got not attacked, but he got a bunch of stitches because he just got bit by a dog a couple days ago. It was his neighbor's dog. Just didn't like him at that day. It's crazy. The guy was like, oh, he's never done that. Well, he did today. So that's always hard. I've seen too where somebody's let the dogs out when I was on a ladder and they went crazy. Now I'm stuck on a ladder. The people just let their dogs out and weren't paying attention. Now I'm sitting there okay, well, do I go down or do I go down and get bit, on the way? I, knock on wood, have not had a bite since I've started doing this, but I know a lot of you guys have. So it really does kind of suck to, kind of does suck. It doesn't bite. Does it have teeth? Yeah, that's the question to ask. Dogs, I know you know your dog, but dog is an animal. An animal is an animal. I've got bitten by cats. I'll tell you that much. I had a cat one time where I didn't even know there was a cat in the house, and I'm cleaning, and this thing you hear comes running over and jumps on my leg and bites me and runs off. I was like, what the heck was that? It got a little couch gremlin just popped out of nowhere. But yeah, anything that has teeth can bite you. Anything. What's up, by the way, Chris? That's one thing. The dogs irks me because everybody thinks the dog. Nobody owns a dog and they're yeah, my dog's a jerk. He bites a lot of people. Everybody assumes their dog is nice, and if they tell you that the dog is nice, it somehow makes the dog actually nice. In reality, that's not what happens, and dogs kind of suck on the job. Now, people talk about bringing dog treats and things. There's a weird liability side of that, so I don't do that. I had a lady. We did a pet supply place, and this lady was in there talking to the owner, and she said she has 2 dogs. They are not related, meaning they weren't from the same litter or anything, or even the same parents. And both dogs had gluten sensitivity issues, or gluten allergies, I think is how she worded it. And they can't eat any dog treats or anything with gluten. That happened. There's a real person out there thinking that their dog is gluten sensitive or has a gluten allergy. I've watched dogs lick their own butt and eat out of the garbage can. I'm pretty sure some gluten is not going to kill a thing. But that's the people. Like if you give them a dog treat and they don't know what's in it, then they claim that their dog gets sick, and then it's just whatever. It is what it is. Don't bring dog treats. Yeah. What up to Marvin the man? What's going on, man? And Giano, I forgot you are like way on another time zone coast and everything, man. Good. I hope you had a crazy good day. It's like lunchtime here, so we got a whole day ahead of us. So yeah, definitely go and relax. But anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about is some things that irk you guys. If you're watching this after it's even a live, comment down and follow the window cleaning or WCR Nation page. It's WCR Nation, the window cleaning podcast Facebook page. Follow that, all the notifications, blah, 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 blah. But comment on the video. It's fun to see this stuff. It's fun to gripe about it too, because we don't have to be happy about everything in the industry to love the industry, you know? But either way, now the plug happens for WCR Nation. If you haven't checked it out, it's a podcast. It comes out every single week. Last week, episode was 142, and we are 144 episodes done in a row. That's crazy if you think about it. 144 straight weeks. That's 12 12s. And by the way, we're giving away a free gross of rubber for the next episode. Actually, episode 144. So if you want to watch, win some rubber. It's super cool. But either way, every episode, at the very end of the episode, has a code for 5% off. You can call me with any of your orders. My number's on the screen. Give me that code and you get a discount. Also, I want to be a rep just in general. So save my number. Be awesome. Give me a high five. And also, I want to say thank you to everybody who's been buying the WCR swag, shirts. We've done hoodies. Everybody who's bought this stuff. Super, super awesome. That's like a super cool high five. It's awesome to see people starting to wear some WCR Nation gear, right? So go check that out. You can get that through a Teespring account, but it's there on my Facebook or Instagram also. So awesome, guys. We'll go have an epic week. Gianna, go relax, have some dinner. But we'll be back again tomorrow with some Shoot the Poo at the same time. So thanks, guys. Have a great one.